interview you because I want to learn all this stuff.
I'm impressed.
We on? This is Jay Pett from the CJ2APage.com. I'm interviewing Tom Johnson here. He's the godfather of the Fall Reunion. So then you were saying that it was 95, it was at the mall is where it started.
It's called Jeff City Mall, and it's Capitol Mall, and it started in 95 in October, and wonderful weather. We had 18 vehicles, and we had an evening meal. We all drove to a little restaurant at the airport, so we had to cross the river, and it was about 25 people at the evening meal. We're all we just paid our own ticket. So that was the first year. It was just one day.
One day.
So the first 2 years was just a one-day event. And then we decided, let's have an evening banquet. Let's maybe have it at a facility. You just get a room. And somebody said, well, what about parts? If somebody could bring parts, is that okay? So it all kind of just...
Well, who was it all? Who you say we? Who is we?
Well, it was a fellow in Illinois named Lou Retzer. He and I used to talk on the phone. We talked on the phone a lot before we ever met. And then a local man by the name of Bob Messingale, he was with MVPA even back then, and he helped a lot because he was local in Jeff City. And then it was just like my local committee. I treated the whole gathering like a high school reunion. We're not making any money. It's a one-year event. There's no president or vice president, all that stuff. It's just let's show up, no judging, no trophies, and it was just a blast. It was so relaxed and nice people. That's the best part of Willys. You got such a wonderful, and everybody starts looking at other vehicles. Well, no, if you do that, then, well, what I did, stuff like that, sharing tips. And I remember I took a picture of 3 guys laying on the ground under a CJ2A. Everybody's looking, and there's 3 guys out. It was the most hilarious, and that was not staged. This is how it was.
Yeah, it's just the life of the reunion.
Oh and everybody's talking Jeeps.
Can't
beat it. It's a wonderful, wonderful gathering. And they took it over. Now we have it here in the little town of Fulton, Missouri. So it didn't travel far. We're 20 miles north of Jeff City.
So whenever you started the banquet and all that, that's when it went to the Truman Hotel then? Or?
I did for a number of years, probably 8 or 9 years easily. We had nice people who were in charge there, nice banquet people, and a hospitality person. I can't remember their names anymore. And then we had a fairly inexpensive evening meal. I didn't want to have it like $50 meal. So it averaged about $15 per adult. And then it was, tables would just be allowed to get over and just get in line and get your meal. And they had real good dessert, so it was very nice.
So when it all started, though, you didn't even know Dennis Caraway at the time? Or
I didn't know him.
How did you meet Dennis?
Years. I think through somebody else who talked on the phone a couple of times. He had a Jeep gathering in north central Wisconsin, and I did get to one of those, but years later, long after I started. So that was 95. How many years ago was that? I can't even do that math.
So
many years.
22.
22. He claims 25.
23. This would be the 23rd.
But for him, it's 25 because he started before But he didn't call it. I was the one who invented reunion.
Yeah, that's why I want to hear that story. How that came about, the Willys Reunion and the name.
I decided because it's like a high school, just call it Willys Reunion, and it really stuck. And Paul Berry happened to call me, and he came to the second reunion at the mall, and he says, this is on the phone. He says, I really like that you call it a reunion. It just makes sense, and it's not any kind of pressure, and so he liked the idea, and it stuck, and now we have 2 or 3 of them, I guess. And
2 of them, the fall and the spring. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Well, someone, I think it was Bill Norris, was telling me something about you went to a Studebaker reunion one time.
Well, Jefferson City is the state capital of the state of Missouri, and it's a small town. I've been here since 1977, and I happened to drive past the mall on a Saturday. Holy cow, there's a little gathering, and they're all station wagon. I mean, they're all Studebakers. So I drove in there, and one guy said, we're from St. Louis. The other people are from Kansas City, so Jeff City's in the middle. The mall let us do it for free. And they had a nice day of it, and that's exactly how I got the idea to have it at the mall. And they had restaurants real locally, and fast food and so forth, and it just worked out perfect. And we had really nice weather. The first couple of days, I tried to have it in October because the weather is a little milder.
At least
not
it's predictable.
horribly hot, a little bit predictable, and then of course less rain. And so I like having it in usually the second weekend of October. That was my idea.
Well, Tom,
Thank
it was an
you.
awesome,
Well,
awesome
thanks for the
interview, and
question.
so it's good to talk to Tom here. So
Thanks for the interest in Willie Jeeps.
Oh yeah, well we want to get as much history, and it really is a reunion here. So even when it does rain, the people can still go somewhere to stay dry. So
And talk Willies.
talk Willies. That the rain doesn't stop us from talking Willies, and it doesn't stop us from looking at them
That's
either.
right.
If you
I
want
have
to.
an umbrella.
That's
and a
right.
raincoat.
We got umbrellas. So.
Thank you again.
So for the CJ28page.com, this is JPET reporting.